And I didn't fucking record that. God damn it.
Damn
it.
Here he fucking goes. Oh my god, this fucking guy.
All right. Well,
Hey, you guys
good
want to start a podcast? I don't know how to fucking do it though.
I'm writing that down. That's the perfect Facebook post.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using that.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 8 of the Backstage podcast. I am one of the two co-hosts in here presently. I am gunkPunk. With me, my other co-host here is this week. His name is a crisp McDonald's Sprite. We've got our guest. We've got our guest co-host here, SublimeVR, aka Mr. Peter Griffin.
You bastards!
And then we have our special guest with us here today, Had Enough, Mr. Brandon Young, who is a local hip-hop artist here in the Tulsa area. I hope I said that right. Probably should have clarified that.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, you all know how this chaos goes. It's well...
Oh, look at that. Caleb's got a new setup on Twitch and everything. Looking hella official.
Yeah, I know, right? It looks so much nicer now.
Yeah. Man, you know what? I just can't. I think I need to stand up for this podcast.
If you stand up, does your microphone come through clearer?
I don't know. My asshole will feel better.
Surprisingly,
Dude, it's like someone took my 10-ply toilet paper and like replaced it with like half ply. I like wiped my ass with fucking sandpaper.
Well then.
The fuck?
Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
It's more like the
happening?
Group of bastards.
All right, so as we do with any new special guests that we get, we normally... What?
Brandon, I'm just gonna warn you now. This is where he fucked something up.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Fair enough.
God damn, y'all some hating motherfuckers.
If we didn't hate on each other, something would be wrong.
I called Caleb a toothless dipshit or something at least one time.
I always forget
every podcast.
Fake, you fake tooth have.
I'm sorry that I had to have my teeth pulled, so fuck you.
Hey Caleb, are you still using that like polydent stuff that like cements it in there until the end of the day? Can you eat an ear of corn now?
Now that I've had my top row replaced, because the original set that I had broke, so I've had the top row replaced, but the bottom row is still fucked up, so I still have to get that replaced. Clutch, you can go fuck yourself, sir.
All right, to the few people we have in the chat right now, can we start the hashtag Caleb pop 'em out?
Oh, God damn. No.
I will start. No. I'll start a GoFundMe so I will have a camera on all the time. If we like, I'll do that, and then I'll split it in half with Caleb if he pops his teeth out on stream.
I'm not popping my teeth out on stream.
I'll start the bid.
Opportunity to do it. Very good company.
Oh, and now you've got fucking Gunnar McToven doing it. All right, let's get into the actual podcast here. Our guest has been so patient with our nonsense already.
Right.
All right, so Brandon, we already know. We kind of know who you are, so I'm gonna let you kind of take over from. We do, but our audience doesn't all, or I don't know if our co-host here knows. So, Brandon, I'm gonna let you kind of take over from here and kind of introduce yourself and kind of give a description about yourself.
Okay, so can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do one thing real quick for you. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn you up. Talk again.
All right.
Perfect.
Check
Go ahead.
1, 2. All right, cool. Best way I can explain it. I go by Had Enough. I've been a hip hop artist. I always use the alternative hip hop token just because it makes a little bit more sense. But started in 2008. I was a vocalist in metal bands for about 10 years. And about 2008, just everything kind of disbanded. So I went solo. That was kind of a slow process. but I started. I was in Claremore, and then I relocated back to Tulsa. I think about a couple years after that, and really just been doing local shows, touring, putting out my own projects. I co-founded a label called Muga Music in 2015. Um, we're slightly around. We're more of a kind of a distribution and doing sponsorship, and that kind of around after the pandemic kind of slowed things down. And so, but I've been continuously doing shows, touring. I try to do hip hop showcases. I've done some multi-genre shows where it'll be hip hop and punk or hip hop and metal bands. So I just started a new company called Carnage Crew, which is basically just to have like a team of like artists and just like business people. So what I've learned though in music is that if you have a team behind you, such as like management, PR, things like that. Booking agents, you tend to be taken seriously more, and it tends to kind of like so that was kind of the experience I had, and I kind of wanted to implement that for other artists around me, so that way you have the music portion, but you need the business guys around you as well. Everybody that you see in music that that has gradually like I don't want to use the word blown up, but you see them a little bit more visibly. They usually have a pretty good marketing team, and so that's kind of what I did with that. But also, it was a production company name for me to do shows and tours with. But also, we're developing a clothing line, so our logo is really looks really good on merchandise. So we're kind of utilizing that as well. So that's kind of my business venture aside from that. That's really it, man. I mean, really, you can look me up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You can get a pretty clear look at what I do and what my music is like and what I'm doing. So it's very much what you see is what you get. So
So for our viewers on YouTube, I will be putting links in the description down below, so you yourselves can see what Brandon's been up to, both musically and not. Brandon, I'll have you send me those links after this, and I'll get those put in
yeah,
the
sure.
description. For those of you watching live on Twitch right now, you can go to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and search Had Enough, spelled exactly as it sounds, and you should be able to find a lot of his stuff. His music is good. I've played a few shows with him. He's an amazing artist. Love his material. So
Yeah, I did. I did Upper Class Vacants. I think I did you guys' first two shows, if I'm
yeah,
not mistaken.
it still cracks me up
Yeah,
the one we did
those are
at
good
the
ones.
district.
That was great. I that was a fun show. So
That was so it was a fun show, but it was also chaotic at the same time because you have all
those are the
these
best shows.
you had all
The
these
best
hip
shows are
hop
chaotic.
artists and like with the kind of the horror twist to some of them and this punk band that shows up and we're all inside of this country bumpkin bar in the middle of Owasso and you just have these and if any of you if any of you were there and you're part of that scene, don't take this the wrong way, but you had some of these rednecks that were standing up in the back of the room, arms crossed, just staring at us like, what the hell are you doing here?
Everywhere you fucking go, though, that is Oklahoma. You go
Yeah.
to a fucking
Yeah.
metal band, you go to a metal venue, and you'll catch me doing that because it it's my comfy position when I'm sitting there. Like a lot of people think I'm judging bands when I do that because I'll stand there, arms crossed, just staring at them, my head bobbing. That's just how I absorb music. I sit there and I listen to it, and if I really start feeling it, like my arms will uncross and go to my pockets.
I mean,
It's just, it's a weird thing, man.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just it still cracks me up the way that we were sitting there playing and I remember I'm sitting there singing the song and I look back towards the pool tables and I just see this really big country guy just standing there just mean mugging the shit out of me and I'm like, oh, I really hope he doesn't get upset about this. Clutch, yes, he is Roboti. There's not much we could do about that at the moment. unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately the storm is affecting me.
Yeah. So, but okay,
Yeah.
so we kind of got who you are, where you're from.
Yeah, yeah.
So what? So I want to touch base on something you said there. So you started in a metal band. So what was the metal band that you started with, and was that your first official music, or?
I was actually in 3 different metal bands. I don't know if the first one was very experimental, but we came in the early 2000s, so we were definitely in the new metal subgenre at that time because it was the era of like Korn and Mudvayne and Slipknot and Taproot, the era that they all came in. So we were heavily influenced, and that was kind of our time.
Mm-hmm.
It was a band called Counterfeit Reality. Now, when I first started, it was ironic because I actually did hip hop first, but I was a kid in high school just making music just off of cassette tapes in my bedroom. So it wasn't anything like really serious. And so, but yeah, it was a band called Counterfeit Reality, and I auditioned for them after they lost their vocalist. And so we did, so we were a band for about a couple years. And then, and I ended up joining a horror metalcore band called None Were Found, and they were in Rogers, Arkansas. They used to drive 2 hours for band practice. That's how devoted I've been. That's. But you know what's so fucking crazy though is I worked a part-time job. I probably made maybe 150 a week, but I could afford to drive to Rogers, Arkansas every weekend
Fuck
for
that.
band
2
practice.
hours there and then 2 hours back.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
This was 2000 and I'm trying to say 2000 and maybe 4. That sounds about right. 2003 or 2004. Yeah, I think
Okay.
gas was like 89 cents a gallon back then. Maybe 90 cents a
It,
gallon. So,
it was something like that, man. Because I remember that
yeah.
was like around the time I first started driving, and then like a few years later, I'm like $2. What the fuck?
Right. But no, but with that band is when I first got my touring experience. We did a Midwest slash West Coast tour. It was rough, but there were some good times. That's probably the first time I think because I probably got more into horror movies. Now everyone knows me as a horror movie buff, but back then, like all the guys I was in a band with, it was the Night of the Living Dead. It was the old school, like
Ooh,
Dracula, Georgia,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So we had a lot of samples from those old movies, and there was a band called Summer's End. They're basically like As I Lay Dying with like horror movie like influences. And
Okay.
so when I joined the band, they said, "Hey man, this is like," they had very much that like As I Lay Dying, Kill Switch Engage influence. A couple of the guys were old school punk rock, like they like Misfits, and so I got along with them because Misfits is one of my favorite bands. And so and then the bassist was like old school, like he's old school Metallica, Pantera, Megadeth, Ozzy. So I love all those bands too. So like everyone kind of had their own. Then the drummer was super into like Motley Crue. He was an '80s glam rock band, and I started and I come since I was born in the '80s. That's kind of my upbringing too. So all the guys kind of had their influences. So I all kind of like collided with them very well on that. But that's kind of what we did, man. We basically did metalcore, and we just had samples from horror films. We had a keyboardist slash DJ who would play the samples and do all the synth keyboarding. So there's a little bit of like operatic, maybe black metal ish kind of sounds in there. So, but that opened the door for me as far as I got real into merchandising because that's what they did, and then I got real into touring because that's what they did, and then we had a little fallout about I think 2000, probably 2005, and then I formed a band called Cersei's Angels around that very shortly after that. We came kind of like a thrash metal band, and I was very in tune to doing death metal vocals. So we kind of became like a thrash metal band with like brutal death metal vocals. So I did that for a couple of years. Then we just eventually kind of went our separate ways, and then that's kind of when I started Had Enough. And yeah, that's really my metal band story. But so yeah, in a nutshell. So.
All right. So the next question that we
Yeah.
would usually ask would be the current arrangement, but obviously we already know it's you.
Yeah,
That's your arrangement. you
Well,
get the
I
music
mean,
together and
I guess in that sense, since it's just him, do you guys hear me better, by the way?
yes.
yes, way better,
Okay.
way better.
I went and grabbed my girlfriend's headset because it connects straight to the Xbox instead of the little like fucking the dongle that goes into my Xbox. Dongle. Uh, well, in the realm of arrangements, since he doesn't have multiple members, we could ask him like, hey, what are some usual DJs that come with you?
That's a good one.
Well, my girlfriend's a DJ now, so that's helpful.
Oh, dope.
Saves a little bit of effort there, right?
She's in the kitchen. She's smiling because I gave her a shout out. So, but anyway, no.
I mean, hey, if you want to
no,
name
she's,
drop her, if she's working on that, you can name drop her right here.
yeah. She goes by Bo Peep. But no, she's picked up DJing very quickly, and so that's been helpful. Because, but yeah, no, she's been DJing. I've had other guys. DJ Young Gator. Me and him worked a lot together. We did a show with Bone Thugs and Harmony at King's Ballroom back in 2015, back when I had Mugen. And so, but me and him done some gigs together. We're about to do one at the Vanguard this summer. So he's definitely like probably one of, if you look at DJs in Tulsa, his thing comes up pretty, he's pretty much like one of the more popular, more like, I want to say prolific, because he does stuff all over the Midwest. And so, but me and him been doing stuff a lot. DJ Phoenix, he's been around since like the 90s, I think. And definitely one of the most hyper in entertaining DJs. Like he does like crazy shit with his arms. And he comes from like a vinyl background. So he's like he's pretty much like a DJ Phoenix.
Wasn't that the guy
he's
at
been
the
around
district?
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I had him at District a few times, so I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think he was on there that night. But he's been kind of in the rave EDM circuit for a while. But yeah, he's definitely one of our top DJ talents. He's got like a lot of different skills. Oh
yeah, I remember when we played with you. You had Gator with you.
Yeah. No, Gator's my guy, man. It's hard to say, man. There's a whole lot of guys people I've worked with, DJ wise. Because a lot of times when I tour and the promoter has a DJ, like I'm just meeting a new DJ for the first time. But yeah, I've had quite a few that like orchestrate pretty good like chemistry with MCs and stuff like that. So that definitely makes it up for it. I've had band members before. I've had drummers. I've had bass players. I know I had I had Rick from Dixie Wrecked. He did live guitar with me and another DJ. It was about a couple years ago, and I just sent him the songs. We didn't practice at all, so we totally winged it. But he is so good. That's the crazy thing is now when I do, because I want to go back to it, I would like to have a couple shows where I have a live guitar player, a live drummer, but I do like to rehearse with them. Simply not saying that I don't trust them to know the songs. It's just some guys are so good that I might get distracted by how good they are. That's happened to me twice. Like I
get that with Rick
because I'm like, yeah, with Rick, yeah, like he added some cool shit, and during certain parts, he would just add just a slight like lead, like some kind of solo. It would fit perfectly. It would be in key and everything, and I would almost fuck up because it's so good.
Well,
you know,
no,
what I mean?
that takes your name out of the hat.
Yeah, I want to know like what's coming.
I
So
play punk, man. There ain't nothing going on over here.
I didn't want to interrupt anybody because Gnome kind of silently jumped in here. He just got home from work and hopped in to
Right.
join us here. But I had to throw you under the bus there, man. Because
Tell you what, though, it's wetter outside than what I get when Gunk takes out his teeth.
oh, fucking hell.
Oh yes.
Y'all are still on that. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, we're gonna be on it till the day you die. You remember I told you what's gonna happen at your funeral?
Gives a real nice gummer.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump ahead to this next question for you here, Brandon. So,
Alright.
who are some of your main influences for your style that you presently do?
I knew this question was coming. Everyone asks that. It's all good. It's hard to say. Would you say in the beginning, or do you think like kind of like
Let's
now? Like,
say-
it's like,
Let's say now.
Let's just
all right. Man, that's hard to say. Locksmith is someone I do like a lot. His style and mine are a lot differently. But if I'm looking for like lyricism, like if I need
Say goodbye to
something
your
to, like,
kneecaps,
listen to
chucklehead.
that gets me inspired to write, Locksmith is definitely somebody. I'm trying to think of quite a few. Chino XL has definitely always been one that kind of Matt Child. I do like Skits Craven. I've had some people tell me that some songs of mine sound similar to him, which is interesting because I've been doing that style before I even heard of him. But I enjoy his stuff because he kind of does the horror rap stuff, but his stuff sounds more mainstream. So it's almost like he's trying to take that subgenre to like a wider audience. And so I like a little bit of his stuff.
Okay. Good to know.
I'm trying to think of anyone new. I mean, LSP has been my favorite, one of my favorite record labels. So, like I said, I've been a fan of Insane Poetry and Scum, and a lot of those guys for a while. And then Grim Reality Entertainment, Zodiac is. In fact, I booked one of the tours he was on. Him and JP the Hustler, Mr. Dojo. Those guys are fucking crazy good. So it's kind of interesting. That's the most interesting part of my life right now is getting to do shows and become friends with artists I looked up to. I was like inspired by. So it's like a very surreal thing. And that's kind of what I liked about underground music because as you guys know, when it comes to more major record label, more mainstream, even if you're playing whether it's Vanguard, Shrine, King's Ballroom, the chances of you are getting to meet them is kind of slim to none.
Yeah.
They're very, yeah. So underground wise, they're very much in public. They hang out with the fans. They network with the opening acts. So that kind of opens a bigger gate of respect I have for them. The fact that
Gotcha.
they're willing to be public. So, but yeah. Back to your question about influence. That's definitely some. The hard part for me is I still get influenced by like rock bands. Like I hear a really good melody. Like I'm starting to get into Falling in Reverse. I kind of ignored them for a while because I thought, oh, they're so pop and mainstream, and then I actually listen to them and realize how diverse and amazing they really are. It's just
Yeah.
like I wish I could pull off a chorus like that, but I don't have those singing abilities. Not to say I can't rehearse and practice and push myself like I have, but it's just like I think that's the part of influence is like I wish I could do that. Let me spend a little bit more time and rehearsal to see how close I can get to that kind of talent.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it,
no, I
man.
feel
Like,
that, man.
Yeah.
yeah. But I think that's probably about it. I mean, I definitely I hate the whole mentality of I never heard of this band or I never heard of this artist, therefore they're irrelevant. When I'm thinking, dude, YouTube exists. So if you see a name and instead of just throwing them away because you never heard of them, why don't you just go in the search engine, check them out, see if they're your cup of tea or not. I love checking out new acts because even though I'll find a song and I'll listen to it for probably 3-4 days until a point I get tired of it. And then sometimes I say, I'm ready for something new to come. I'm ready for another artist or song for me to be obsessed with for the next 2 weeks. And but yeah, there's all kinds of different artists that popped up that's influenced me lately, and it's a great feeling because I can't write or do anything unless I'm influenced by something. I can't just sit here and come up with shit out of nowhere. I
Yeah.
get frustrated, I get writer's block and all that. But when I hear something that inspires me, then I'm just like a writing fiend, and then then I got a song.
So you're
Yeah.
you're sitting there like, man, I carry around a pen and a notepad with me everywhere.
No, I'm horrible. I write on my phone. I write it on my notes.
Yeah.
Or I'm
me too,
typing.
dude.
Dude, all of
I can still write on a pen. It's just when I'm super hyped and excited, it just looks like scribbles.
yeah.
So it's really hard for me when I'm in the zone to write with a pen on pad. And so yeah, I type everything in my phone.
I mean,
So
shit.
or on my
All
computer. So
all of my all of my lyrics for all the songs of the Vagrants are all on my phone. So
right.
people are asking me, "Where's your lyrics?" Right here. So like if I'm on stage and you see me pull out my phone, I'm not checking my messages or scrolling through anything. I'm like, what the fuck's the next lyric? I forgot it.
Mm-hmm.
um and it's funny that you say falling in reverse because my wife, as a lot of the Twitch community and gamers know her as Daddy Llama, or as most people know her as Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
She hates it when I say that, but she's not home yet, so she can't hit me for saying that. She has been stuck on them so much that there's a video going around on TikTok where Ronnie Radke, the lead singer, is listening back to his own material and makes
Oh,
fun of
yeah.
himself because of the way that he sung some of the lyrics.
The fuck was I fucking deaf?
If you haven't,
Ronnie from Falling in Reverse on TikTok. I could hate his band and he would still be my fucking hero because he will literally. I mean, when you're as famous as he is, honestly, you're selling out arenas. A lot of people are going to come for you. He has been like literally the victim. He has been the target of so much like cancellation, so to speak. And he will literally respond to all of them and just tear them to shreds, and it is fucking hilarious.
yeah, I actually saw a
So
post
literally,
about that because there was apparently there was a tour he's doing recently, and there was a band that was scheduled to play like I think
Spirit
6.
Box.
Yeah, they were scheduled to play. What was it? 6 shows with him, and
I think so.
because somebody threw a fit, they backed out. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Dude, I got nothing but love and respect for these guys. I'm sorry, their fans are. I think he said, I think their fans are stupid. It was something along those lines, and I was like, damn."
No, there was I think something like he's had like sexual assault allegations, and he showed and of course people on TikTok will take that to the fucking grave. They'll take that to the extreme. And he showed like, dude, I actually sued them for slander. I sued them for millions of dollars and won. And he's like, what do you think I'm gonna fucking do to you? It's like it's just like, and the thing I like about it though, and like it's not even a taking sides thing. It's just like I miss musicians who don't give a shit anymore. And he doesn't. And he was even saying, I think in some TikTok video he did, where he said, rock musicians haven't changed. It's just that they're just scared to. It's like the fans want rock stars to be. What does he say? They want them to be unpredictable and into and unrelentless, like Motley Crue was, where they're just crazy. But he says, but when they do that, then all of a sudden they're terrible people. They need to be canceled and all that kind of stuff. And
Yep.
he goes, "You've literally killed rock and roll because we can't have that anymore." And because guys are scared of losing their career, their life destroyed because it's gotten that serious. So he said, but also they're losing their career over something they said 20 years ago. It was fine to say 20 years ago. It's not okay to say now. And so he's kind of talking about how the generations changed and so now everyone's like kind of watching themselves. And so rock and roll has no rebellious spirit anymore. It's kind of what I guess that's kind of what I took from it. So
Yeah.
but he is definitely like literally like he will not let anybody like attack him and get away with it. Like that's kind of his whole. And it's funny because you're seeing this guy who literally is on these massive tours doing these arenas, and then when he's in Canada 2 days off, he has nothing better to do but to troll his trolls, so to speak. So just I don't know. To me, it's highly entertaining and it's kind of refreshing to see.
Yep.
You
So
know what
for
I mean?
all our musician friends and viewers out there,
Yeah.
remember that. Take the time to troll your trolls.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead
Right.
and jump to our last
And
question
the Lord
before.
saith, "Fuck them."
Oh,
Fuck 'em.
let's go ahead and get to our last question before I let AJ kind of take over with his fun questions, as we call it, or as I call it. So the last question here is, what is your favorite big and favorite small venues to play?
That's a good question. Big venue. Now, is this a venue like I played consistently or just once?
It could
Just
be a
in
one-off.
history. All right.
It's up
It's
to
gonna be
you.
it's gonna be that's gonna be kind of tough, just because it goes outside of my city. Um, but I would say, um, as far as big venues, I have to go with the Vanguard. Um, Now on tour, there's only one venue I played, um, the Railhead in Fort Worth, Texas. But I played more shows at Vanguard with bigger crowds, so
Okay.
the experience is a little higher. Um,
God, I love the
you
Vanguard
know what I
so
mean?
much.
It just is. It's just
I know-
everything you would need to just feel like a rock star for one night, and not to mention there's no age restriction because, as you guys know, here in Tulsa, like most of our venues are 21 and up. So
Sadly.
you get to yeah, and yeah, I have to give it to Vanguard. Much as I would love to play Canes again, uh, but I've had more experiences at Vanguard. So
Yeah.
so as far as you know what I mean, it's a little easier to do a show there. But yeah, as far as big venues that I've done, Vanguard's up there. There's a place called Vivo. It's either I don't know how to pronounce it. It's either Vivo or Vivo. It's in Overland Park, Kansas. It's not as big as Vanguard, but it's a very similar setting. Like the stage is a little smaller, but the sound is incredible. And they
Mhm.
got a nice little got green room, dressing room. Just you just walk through this door and it's right there. Um, their bar staff is amazing. They have a area that's like designed for merch tables. So, but like I said, I've had my most experience at Vanguard. So for big venues, I have to go Vanguard. Small venues is that's a tough one. Because I played a lot of small venues. Ooh, am I allowed to pick more than one?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Booby Trap in Topeka, Kansas, I like a lot. Um, it's just like the right size, but you also have great sound, great stage, great lighting. The bar staff is always fucking cool. So I like that.
I
Far
feel like
as other
that's a
ones,
gentleman's club.
yeah, it sounds like it, but it's not. That's actually in this moment when they were a local band. That was actually they played there before they blew up. That's one of Booby Trap's favorite memories. They post about that a lot on their Facebook.
Where did you
So
say
Yeah,
it's
it was
one of
it's
those
got
located?
with
some
Maria Brink too.
yeah, they got stickers all over the place. Like a lot of bands and artists that came over the years have played there, so they have some history. So that
Real
place
quick,
for a small
where was that located at?
Topeka, Kansas.
Topeka, not Wichita. Sorry, Pecker Lips.
Nah.
Get your shit together,
Um,
Pecker.
oh, speaking of fuck, that's another one. Barleycorns and Wichita. is another big venue I like a lot.
Okay.
Their sound guy is one of the nicest sound guys you'll ever meet, and the sound is just impeccable. Like our sound check took 5 minutes, if that. Now, granted, we're talking vocals and a DJ, so obviously for a full band, maybe not as quick, but it was just. I remember us being on tour, and the night before, sound check was kind of chaotic or something, or I couldn't quite remember. All I know is that it took so much stress off of me. The fact that the sound guy was so on point
Yeah.
and friendly as fuck, and it was so easy. I couldn't tell you like what happened the night before. All I know is that like, wow, that was so much better than the sound check we had the night before.
Yeah.
So,
Man, like,
One of
like a lot of
and I'm
fucking
trying.
sound guys don't understand that. Like
Yeah,
being nice. What was it? I think Eric was telling me a story about Head PE, and they went to a venue, and the sound guy was super nice to him. He was a fan and all that stuff. Did great on the sound check, and they were like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Oh, my name's like it was like John or something like that." And while they were playing, instead of going, "Hey, sound guy," he'd be like, "Hey, John, can I get a little more in the
yeah,
front monitor?" And he started like giving him more respect, calling him by name instead of just be like, "Hey, Mr.
yeah.
Sound Guy."
yeah.
That's how I am. I go to cities. I try to get everybody's name. I definitely try to get the sound guy's name because it can get kind of degrading after a while when people just call you sound guy or bartender or door guy. So I try to get everybody. I try to learn everyone's name. Another cool venue is Lefties in Des Moines, Iowa. I
I've heard of
fucking
that one. I've seen that name coming up a
love that
lot.
place. Yeah. I fucking love that place. That's a great venue. Far as small venues, I
How
mean,
you doing, Diffie?
I do my open mic at Lot 6, which is pretty small. So I like small venues a lot. I'm trying to think of where else.
While you think about that,
Full.
one of our viewers, Peck
Mhm.
Her Lips, she actually used to live in Wichita. Apparently, lived above Barleycorns, and
Nice.
she said that the sound guy is amazing. Their staff
Yeah,
and
yeah.
owner are amazing. They know how to host bands, is what she said. So
Yes, they are. Yes, definitely. There was a place in Wichita called the Elbow Room, and their owner sadly and tragically passed away. I do know there's a new venue called Barcode, and I think it's the same building. As far as a small place, that was another great. Which rest in peace to Kenny. That was a great place to play because again, like it's just like the small bar, and like I said, great bar staff. Which believe it was just one girl working the bar. They had pool tables. It had this nice little dark but kind of light blue, kind of neon light to it, and the sound was incredible. So it's just the owner ran sound just off an iPad, and
yeah,
the sound was very good. So that was another one that I like a lot. I'm trying to think. There's not really a small bar or small venue in Tulsa that I haven't enjoyed. Um, Full Circle Lounge has been great. They used to be Mama Sue's. We had no problem getting like a great crowd there. So that's what I like about small places. So even if you don't have the biggest crowd that comes to your shows, um, they can look like you got a big crowd coming to your shows, and,
yeah.
and they're intimate. They're intimate. Another one. Well, I keep bringing up Wichita. Um, Shit, what's it called? It's I swear to God, it's like the smallest bar I think I've ever played. Kirby's Beer Store. It's a 30-person capacity. That one's a lot of fun to play at. And there's I'm trying to think. I'll tell you. Oh, here's a good story for a small bar I do like. It's in a town called Council Bluffs, Iowa. It's only about like maybe 10 minutes from Omaha, Nebraska. So it's kind of where both the states meet. And they were. Have you guys ever watched that reality TV show called Bar Rescue?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were on Bar Rescue. It's been some years. They called them the worst bar in America,
Oh shit.
and they called them an absolute failure. And when you watch the actual show, and I think they did a couple episodes. I mean, it's just crazy. But I played there a few times. The last tour I did, we played there. I showed my tour mates those videos, and they're like, and it was so funny because the owner, she still owns it, but it was the first time I felt like I got to meet her. But she was very familiar with me. She knew I played there a few times. I just felt like we didn't get a chance to talk, but we did. I think maybe it was in my head, or maybe I told her, "You're a lot nicer in person than you are on TV." And she giggled a little bit, and I said, "Yeah, we all watched the bar rescue shows and had a good chuckle. Like, hey, we're gonna play there." And she says, "Yeah, they've hit us up a few times to do some more episodes." But she was super cool. What I like is they have this DJ booth, and then you run your own sound. And it's not a bad PA system, but it's super easy to use. They have like a case of wireless mics. And it's the same wireless mics that you probably see karaoke DJs use.
Yeah.
And again, a real quick sound check. It was easy to use. I mean, I know my way around a small soundboard, so that made things easy. But every time we played there, it just feels like this very, how do I put it? It's like everyone can kind of have fun and get wild, and it's all love. There's no drama. There's no ego. Everyone's just having a good time, but people feel like they can get as wild as they want. I have knocked drinks over before there. The first time I played there, me and my guys got super duper lit, and I did an acapella freestyle at the end of my set, and I climbed on some tables. Didn't realize how not sturdy they were,
Oh no.
and I spilled two girls' drinks. It went everywhere, and the whole town knew about it. I had buddies of mine who couldn't make it. They heard about it. I bought their drinks because that's just because I'm a gentleman. I said, "Hey, what are you having?" And she goes, "Sex on the beach." I'm like, "The drink, right?" She goes, "Yeah, okay, just checking." I remind my girlfriend this was 4 years ago, by the way. But no,
Yeah, you don't
so I
want to be in
bought
the
the drinks.
doghouse.
Yeah, no doghouse. Anyway, she's cracking up though. Yeah, I spilled drinks. Yeah, so that was a fun way. I actually had 4 people buy me a shot because they said that was the most entertaining thing they've seen there in a while. So it was definitely the highlight of the night.
There you go.
Hey, nothing got broken other than a couple of
Glasses.
glasses. Yeah, but I bought the drinks so that way,
Well,
But,
let's go ahead and move on here for time conservation. So we're gonna
Right.
go ahead and jump on to real quick, AJ, do you have any random questions you would like to ask our special guest here?
Yeah. What's the worst toilet you've seen? You don't have to give the venue name. You just have to be like, it was in this town in this
Yeah,
state.
just the town,
and,
just the town.
I had to hover it or poop in the back of the toilet.
And why was it Tulsa?
Worst. Definitely Topeka, Kansas. Not
Oh,
the venue
man.
I gave props to, different. It was a bar we went to. They hosted live music there too. I won't say the name, but it was just a bar we happened to go to because we're trying to kill time. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, well, we're not using this toilet.
Fucking shit lasagna.
Yeah, so not really. I don't know, man. Most videos I played at, I've never really seen a bad toilet. It just kind of depends on what type of bar you're in, and I guess what side of town.
Yeah.
But
That's fair.
there's been a couple in Tulsa that I probably wouldn't squat down on. To be
Just
honest,
avoid it like the Black Plague.
Oh yeah, dude. No,
pretty
no matter
much.
what show I play at, there's only ever been one bar that I've like dropped a fucking juicy doozy in, and
Juicy
I had
juice.
instant regret once I sat down. Like I fucking wiped my ass and then rubbed fucking hand sanitizer on both cheeks.
Went into shit, left with hepatitis.
Yeah, right. I went to drop I went to drop off and fucking pee and left with some C.
For our viewers, I guess the time for the pre-roll ad is up, so I'm gonna put something in our Twitch chat here. Let's
Why
see.
do you have ads over weed? Why do they gotta be pre-rolled?
Listen, it's not like that.
And the only
Yeah.
like hardcore stoner in here is dying.
I can't even spell. Yeah, no. With
Well, no
Twitch,
shit,
because I have
T.
fuck you. Because I have affiliate with Twitch, ads pop up, so people get stuck with them. But
What a weird
okay.
flex.
So shut the hell up. All right, now it's time for us to do our transition. Gnome,
Hang on.
you gonna
Where
play a
is
little
it?
sound before I hit the transition cue?
Yeah, there it is. Go ahead.
Oh, that
All
Mighty
right.
Boosh one.
I love how you said PH1.
Listen, I don't know if I could say the
Yeah,
the
don't.
hub.
Let's
The
just
hub.
say the hub. That works.
Just-
Oh, God
there.
damn it. Thanks for the resub there, Silver Streaks. All right,
Thanks,
so
man. You just paid for another month subscription on PH Pizza Hut.
yeah, that's
We're just
it.
gonna
Pizza
start
Hut.
calling it.
Pizza
We're
Hut,
gonna call
yeah.
it the pizza. It's the Pizza Hut drums.
Yeah, that's
Totally.
totally it. Okay, so now we're going to move into our next segment, which is where we let AJ have a little fun with some ranting called hashtag just vocalist thoughts. So go ahead, sir.
So I'm gonna stay away from the topic of my irritated baboon ass
Look at him
a
go.
little bit. Look at him go.
Fuck you.
But dude, okay, no, seriously, like, what the fuck, man? Can we get rid of one-ply toilet paper already? Like, dude, I don't even. I fucking hate it because I have to. Being an HVAC technician, I have to use Porta Johns daily. I shit in Porta Johns more than I shit in my own toilet. By the way, pro tip: use half a roll of toilet paper and throw it into the fucking Porta John Powerade. Because the last thing you want is get fucking Poseidon's kiss from that water.
Jeez.
I'm waiting for that one day where I'm in the same area that AJ's in, and he's gonna see me walk into one, and I'm just gonna be terrified for my life because he's fuck with that Porter John.
No, don't worry. I will never shake a Porta John with somebody in it. I'll hit the sides and
That's what I'm saying,
scare
like-
you.
That's what I'm saying.
See,
Usually
what he's
what I
not
do
telling
when
you is he's
somebody-
secretly going to run up and wrap it in duct tape and then just hit the
He's gonna
motherfucker as hard as he can
lock
to
it
knock
down.
it over.
We've done that to somebody. We've done that to them, and we fucking like put a piece of fucking wire in there so they couldn't push the lock back.
I just want to point out something. Brandon looks like
The
he's
things
got like
I do for love.
1,000-yard stare, like he's had this happen to him before.
You could see the fucking Vietnam scene behind him. But it's just a Porta John rocking in the wind.
Why do I hear CCR? This is fucking fun.
But no, okay, so seriously, let's get down to the cheek tearing truth. Can we just do away with one ply? Even two ply. Like two ply's okay. It's not the best, but it's like soft sandpaper.
At least it's not that old paper towel stuff they give kids in fucking elementary schools.
Oh
The
my
brown
God,
paper
that's-
towel.
Dude. Oh my God. Have you wiped with one of those?
No, thankfully.
Pretty sure that goes against the Geneva Convention. That shit.
Yeah, dude, that's straight up. You're wiping your ass with razor blades. Like
That's a
I've wiped
worm.
before. I've wiped before and had to sit there and drip dry afterwards, if you know what I mean.
Oh God.
You could dab a little bit. Like, okay, yeah, that, but man, goddamn, dude.
This is
we
almost as
make
bad
bet-
as the water bottles.
Dude, I will burn this city to the ground if I have to wipe my ass with one ply again.
You hear that, guys? Next time you see AJ playing, make sure you get a 16.9 water bottle, wrap it in one ply toilet paper.
So here's your cue, ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home. The next time Hierarchy replays a show, buy a pack of 1-ply toilet paper and a case of 16.9-ounce water bottles. Wrap the water bottles in the 1-ply toilet paper and just huck it at the stage. Throw it at AJ.
Avoid Eric.
Yeah, avoid Eric, but you know,
kill you. And Chris. Chris will do the same. Squirt will probably just grab a mic and be like, "The fuck, bro."
so aim for Squirt and aim for AJ, and you're good.
Yeah. Fucking March 31st. Fucking shrine. Be there. I'll fucking you throw enough TP up there, I might GG Allen that bitch.
Oh yeah.
Like a prince, like, hell yeah.
I'm there.
He's like, I'm in. I've got my I got my slick boots on. I got my poncho. Oh, great! The storm's back again. Fucking God flushes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no toilet paper, dude. Like, god damn. And why does the good toilet paper have to be like $30 for a roll? It's not gold. Sure, yeah, it's a couple extra. Like, God, dude, it's like I can't even, man. I'm a white girl right now. I can't even.
Can you odd?
Like, yeah, duh. But it's like me and my girlfriend will go to the store and we're like, oh man, I've been shitting a lot lately. Yeah, get some more toilet paper. So we get some Charmin because stuff's awesome. And we'll get the mega packs, right?
Hold on.
Why
There's
is that
a puppers.
Pups.
What?
There's a puppers.
Oh my lord.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, it was like the one time I had a camera and Oni was in the background and everyone was freaking out to turn the camera back.
There's a dog.
Yeah, and then the deaf one came and kept scooting into my face the entire time. While Ruth Goblin laughed in the background. But yeah, man, like you'll go to the fucking store. You're like, man, I feel like I'm gonna have mud butt this week. So you get some new toilet paper, right? Pick up that nice big like family size pack of Charmin Ultra Soft, like the mega rolls, good stuff. The stuff that like if you're in there for an hour, you're only going for that roll. Like, why does that thing cost as much as putting a down payment on a used car?
Let's say sell my car to get a fucking pack of toilet paper.
Dude,
Just saying,
I'm waiting to sign papers to say I'm gonna make payments on this package of toilet paper.
I mean, hell, it almost got to that point when coronavirus hit. Remember when COVID hit?
That was scalpers.
Yeah,
Assholes. Anyone
this
watching
is
this, if you're a
why I
scalper,
was-
fuck you.
This is why I'm really happy that when I poop, it's one giant poop, and I'm usually good for the fucking day. I eat a lot of beef. So we got lucky on that. Me and Ruth just bought one of the mega packs. This was back when I was living at my old house. We even let the roommates take a few whenever they ran out of toilet paper because, fucking Karen, I need to fucking TP stuff. I don't know. They were probably doing arts and crafts with it because they're bored as shit.
So how do we go from music to pooping? I'm a little confused here.
Welcome to Just Vocalist Thoughts. These are things. So this
All right.
whole segment is things AJ thinks about when he's on stage in front of a
What
crowd.
I think about when I'm on stage, about to get on stage. Yeah, dude, there's been a lot of them. There's a lot. There's one about beer sizes. By the way, we still need to make that beer. Fucking water bottles was the most hardcore rant. Toilet paper is now number 2.
Yeah, toilet paper. I think the volcano ass was number 3.
Oh, you talking about like when you take that tiny shit, it's like a fucking join your ass with a permanent marker?
Okay, let's go ahead and move on.
All right,
Thank
but
you.
yeah, like fucking toilet paper, man. Piss off, you little fuck.
All right, next segment. Here we go. All right.
Go. I don't have
So-
the points for it.
Yeah, you don't have the points for it. Sucks for you. All right,
Yeah.
so our next one is something that we kind of talked about back on Monday when we kind of conversed about this episode.
Yeah.
So this we're getting back to the music side of things. I want to thank Daddy Llama, my wife, who is in the other room on her computer.
I can smell you.
Dad.
Hello, Silver.
Dad?
Dad. So she gave us the idea of what we could do, and I'm gonna leave it to you guys if we do it as a group or individual. To group thing kind of save on time.
Oh shit! I gotta get
Individual
the
or whatnot.
Discord.
It's called Create
Sorry,
Your
dude.
Perfect Band. So essentially, she got it based off of a TikTok that she watched where you could select any band out there and pick one member from it, no matter what they do, and you have to basically pick lead guitar, rhythm, vocals, bass, and drums, and create
Damn dog,
your
how do you have
ideal
such
band.
a wet fucking nose?
And it could be living or dead. So it's up to you guys if we want to do it as a whole group or individual. If we do it as a group, it'll kind of conserve some time. It's up to you guys, because we are sitting at
And,
the hour mark.
Oh, you fucking whiny bitch!
Sir, the longer the video, the
But-
longer it takes me to upload.
Oh, you guys don't want to
You
pass
got
that
a
time.
whole fucking day.
I work,
Anyway.
sir.
Yeah, me too. You fucking shit lip piece of turkey shit.
Pop him out.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, no, okay, so I'm totally in for this because it sounds super fun. I'd like to hear everybody's opinions. I do want to stipulate something. You can have, like, if you're doing a metal band, you can have two vocalists. We'll say you can have a clean vocalist and a scream vocalist if you want.
Okay.
Or if you have one that can do both, then you just have to have one. 2 guitars, 3 guitars if you want to get crazy. Bass, drums, DJ if you need it. All that.
Okay. So who wants
Like,
to go first?
Just to state the thing, like, because Slipknot's got
Oh.
8 goddamn members, so.
Brandon's like, I want to go first. Me, look at me.
Do it.
I would go Travis Barker on drums,
Okay.
Lee on bass.
Ooh.
I know he's not alive. Jimi Hendrix on guitar.
Oh.
And then for vocalists, I would have Tech Nine, Surge from System of a Down, and Maynard from Tool.
Fuck.
Nice. That is a super fucking
Oh,
cool ass
God.
combination.
Damn.
I gotta look up
I
the
don't know,
drummer's
I just-
name 'cause I can't remember it.
Keyboards, damn.
If you want them.
If you want them, you
Yeah,
don't
you
have
have
to
to.
have them.
I would have Eric Clapton on piano keyboards.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's
a
what
I was gonna
beautiful
say.
choice.
Okay. Well, there's Brandon's perfect band. So, Gnome, what do you have, sir?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat, but no. Brand Daler, drummer from Mastodon.
Ooh. Okay.
Dude is a fucking machine.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. That man's a god.
Yeah, right. Adam Dukowitz on guitar. The lead guitarist from Killswitch Engage.
Okay.
Bass. We'll throw Les Claypool in there for fun.
Ooh. Okay.
Fuck yeah. That's who I was gonna pick.
and then vocals probably oh shit. Dude, I don't know.
It's hard.
Put me on the spot here.
Yeah.
But we'll throw Alex Terrible in there from Slaughter to Prevail.
Okay.
Bet.
Very nice. AJ, do you want me to go first, or
sorry.
you?
And then we'll throw Alexi Leho in there too from Children of Bodom for vocals and guitar.
Okay. So,
Love
AJ,
him.
me or you? Which one do you want to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm still picking out a bass player.
Okay. So for drums, I know this is going to shock a lot of you. Danny
On the
Carey
rip?
from Tool.
Oh.
Because, I mean, some of the... Don't get me wrong. Rev, right here. But some of the styles that I've heard Danny Carey do, plus seeing his kit, I mean, it's just as big as Jimmy the Rev's was. but the way that he does some of the songs and the drum styles he does in Tool, gotta have it. Guitar, Sinister Gates.
There it is. There it is.
Fucking fight me, you bitch.
There it is.
But I will also add a second guitar, Doyle from the Misfits. I saw Brandon's eyes widen up. He's like, yeah. Bass. Ooh. Oh, fuck.
I found my bass player and I'm super excited about it because he's very versatile.
For bass, fuck. I don't want to use two people from the same band, you know. And it's bad because I don't know a lot of band member names. I just know the bands. So
No one cares about the bass player.
that doesn't help. You know what? I will go with Robert Trujillo. I don't know how the fuck to say his name for Metallica.
That is a good bass player.
Yeah, the crab walk is impressive.
Right.
And then to lead it, vocals. I'm gonna throw it through a loop, and it's probably gonna piss somebody off if they've already chosen it. Jack Black.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wild Daddy Llama.
Dad.
You're right there. They could see you. And there she goes. She's gone. She's like, I'm just grabbing incense. Fuck you. So there's mine. And
That's
I think it would be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, AJ, your
Oh, is
turn,
it?
sir.
Okay, so for my drummer, I'm gonna go with Thomas Hack from Meshuggah.
Oh,
Because
Okay.
you want to talk about a fucking machine.
yeah, no shit.
That man. Watch him play Bleed live, and he's not even breaking a goddamn sweat.
I've been like a
It's just-
fangirl this whole week. It's their 15th anniversary of Obsin. I've been fangirling the album again.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just watching him do that live was just like not even breaking a goddamn sweat, and he's just like it's like he's falling asleep behind the set, just playing it.
Fucking kicks,
Like,
man, are ridiculous.
That's my drummer. For my bassist, I'm gonna go with Victor Wooden.
Why do I know that name?
Because he's a fantastic fucking bass player. He's like the best of all time.
What group is he in, or is he a soloist?
It's him.
Okay, that's why. Okay, continue.
Yeah, just look up some Victor Wooden after this. You'll be like, okay,
Gotcha.
I'm about that. Guitarist, I'm gonna go with Zach Blair from Rise Against.
Ooh.
Because
Okay.
I feel like he's gonna mesh really well with my other guitar player, who is Jason Richardson.
From
He used to be in Born of Osiris.
okay.
He is wicked good. That man does some crazy
I can smell you.
on guitar. And I'm going to have two vocalists for my clean vocals. I'm gonna choose Chris Cornell
Oh,
because man can sing so many ranges.
yes.
And he can also do some screams too. But for my scream vocalist, I'm gonna go with Tyler Beam from The Last 10 Seconds of Life. Because that man does some of the weirdest vocals. Actually, no, I take that one back. I'm gonna do a different scream vocalist because I just thought of another that I like a lot more, and I cannot remember his fucking name.
Just name the band.
I'll find it.
Oh,
By the way, Brandon, your beard looks good. I saw you adjusting that in the
yeah, I
camera.
keep watching him every so often, just kind of like.
It looks like there was. Okay, the dog's eating my food.
Got him.
It looked like there was a spot here, and I'm just like, yo, I gotta come
Dude,
over that. Like there's
mean,
like
my
this
beard-
open bald spot.
I mean, between me and Gnome over here with the long ass fucking, goat man beard there, tell me I'm wrong,
No,
Mothman.
I'll let you Billy Goat me later.
Okay.
What?
So
threaten me with
okay,
a good
so
time.
I got my metal vocalist now. So my scream vocalist will be Travis Ryan from Cattle Decapitation.
Ooh.
Oh
That's
shit!
Ooh.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
choice for a
I-
band name.
I was like, dude,
Yeah, I'll send you some of their shit.
yeah, send
Have
him
you
forced
ever-
gender reassignment. That
Yes.
one's got some crazy ass shit in it.
That was a
Have you
a
ever
fun
seen
time.
those guys live?
No,
There
I
was
want
a-
I
to
wish.
so bad.
Oh god, I saw them once. East. Fuck, what's that? I think it was the Vault or the Venue. It's the Venue. It's not the Venue. It's before the Venue became the Shrine. Years back, it was completely set different. It almost looked smaller. That's the weird part about it. It called the Venue, or it was called the Vault, one or the other. And Cow Decapitation played, and I swear to you, this guy is possessed. But
He does
I
some
learned more about
crazy shit.
metal. I learned more about growls because I watched what he did with his tongue. He has this thing where he takes his tongue and he's able to make his growls.
I'm sorry. Can you
almost
do that
like
one more
vibrate.
time? One more time for me?
I know exactly what he's talking about, where you roll your tongue up
Yeah, yeah.
and then push it back. That's how I do my.
Yeah, it was life changing watching that. So
Sure it was.
everyone's a pervert right
He
now, right?
Also, the way he does his highs are insane too. Instead of
Yeah.
him like
Oh yeah.
pushing his tongue to the roof of his mouth, he pokes it out the side of his mouth. Like his tongue is hanging out the side of his mouth, and he's doing some wicked scary highs.
I mean, that's
I tried
Yeah.
to do it. And all I do is chomp my tongue.
just
Yeah, somewhere out there, that guy has a very happy wife. I'm sure.
Clearly.
Clearly.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next segment. Gnome, have you saved up enough points yet, sir?
Maybe. Hang on.
Maybe.
I wasn't paying attention. Yes, I do. Here you go.
I got one.
I'll let you play it first before I hit it.
There it goes. I don't know.
Why
That's
do
on you.
I?
This is on you. You're more at
You
fault
know.
than I am. I have no
Okay.
responsibility here. I am a
are-
what do you call it?
We are merely co-hosts, sir.
God damn it. I hate it. Anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our next segment here, which is going to be Gnome's recent releases. So, Gnome, do you
I
have any
got
new
you.
releases?
No, but I figured I've been on a history kick recently,
Okay.
so I'll just do like my top 3 songs about historic events or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I made it up
Okay.
today.
Oh, you made it up today? Perfect.
Yeah. So number 1 is 1741, the Battle of Cartagena by Ailstorm. It's about it's a land play. I think over in Spain. There's a battle
Okay.
back then in 1700s. Next one is Primo Victoria by Sabaton, which is about the landing of D-Day or Normandy.
Okay.
And then third one is The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot. Is the softest song you'll ever hear on one of my lists. But it's about, I think it was Michigan Lakes or something like that, somewhere up north.
Okay.
It was a transport ship that sunk, and because those lakes are so fucking dangerous, they couldn't recover it, couldn't recover any of the bodies. Wild time.
All right.
But there's your top 3 songs about history
Woo!
or about
All
historic
right.
events.
Now go listen to
so-
him and write your report. That's gonna
Yep.
be loud.
You know what else
What?
is loud?
I just saw. There it is. I just
Oh.
saw like a big ass lightning strike, and I was like,
Dude,
"That's
I
gonna
keep-
be loud."
I keep hearing the thunder here, and I'm like, please, just leave my house alone. Just please be nice to me tonight. That's all I'm asking.
I just saw a Gunner's comment real quick. It's like,
Yeah.
if you want a history lesson, just listen to Sabaton.
Oh yeah, no,
Just the whole
that's
discography.
that's one of his main favorite bands. I work with the guy,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Is you just want a history lesson? Listen to an album. You've learned shit.
Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna quickly move into our next topic here. So, and I know you don't have the points, so I'll go ahead
I
and play it
don't.
for you.
Oh, you're such
Uh,
a sweetheart.
Let me find it here. There it is. We'll go ahead and play
I was
that.
gonna say, what's it called?
I know that sound.
I want I thought my oh man. So for those of you who don't know, we are based in kind of the Tulsa and surrounding areas, and we are getting hit with some heavy storms right now.
Baby,
so-
it's fucking Travis Meyer season, boys.
And
Obey
I'm
the
just sitting here,
mustache.
just making fart sounds with my hands.
Travis is good. Travis is wise.
FBI, open up!
Travis
damn it,
made
Gunner.
me go
Not
partially
okay.
viral 2 years ago.
Not okay, Gunner. Okay, so our next topic here, we're gonna pick specifically two to kind of go over tonight. Some of the music news that we've got here in our
Oh, that's right.
little chat
What,
I forgot we
area.
did this. I forgot we
So-
did this.
Come here.
Do we
Come
want to
here,
do the
Deaf
same
Dog. Do you
thing we
need to
did
go
last
poopy?
week, and we let Brandon pick one out of the ones that we listed? We want to do that?
I'm good with whatever.
Sure.
I'm just here, man.
Okay. So Brandon, if you
I'm
want to
just
scroll
slapping dog
through,
butt, dude.
if you want to scroll
Ooh.
through the podcast talk section of the Discord, we have multiple links posted from March 20th on. There's also one from March 19th that Daddy Llama posted in there. But there are different links to music news articles that we've all found.
Oh, where you
That,
going? Come on, Deaf Dog.
We kind of
Let's
go through
poopy.
and talk about. You're good, Gunner. You just fucking got me with that, you son bitch.
Eh.
Kind of want to pull up my outside camera and see how bad the weather is outside.
It's pretty fucking gnarly, dude. I've got the door open because my deaf dog was like, I gotta poop. And then she looked and saw all the water coming off the roof. She's like, I don't have to poop that bad.
Well, I just saw lightning strike. Waiting for the audio to deafen the house.
Oh,
There it
are you
goes.
okay, pup? We know you can't hear the thunder. You just don't like the rain.
Yeah, that was a big flash right there. Yeah, it's coming down outside, so this ought to be fun. So Brandon, did you
yeah.
find one?
Let's see. Which one do I go to?
It's the text chat podcast talk. And then if you just scroll up the article that talks about Doyle, if you scroll down from that one all the way to the most recent one, those are all the articles that have been shared for this, I think, this week.
Okay, so you said the guest chat?
The podcast talk.
Podcast talk.
We
Yeah,
should
I'm
really
new
make
to
a
Discord.
separate channel for music news.
Okay, I see it now. Yeah, I'm new to Discord, so
You're
well,
good.
okay.
Here,
Nikki
just
Six's
rename it.
argument. Oh God, here we go. Nikki Six's argument for why alcohol should be illegal.
Oh shit.
What the
Okay.
fuck is that guy even talking about?
So
dude?
let me pull up that article here. I'm gonna open it
Yeah.
and kind of look through it real quick. So this is on loudwire.com. Don't sue us. We're just reading your article.
We all know Nikki's gonna come right after us, little shithead.
So apparently, recently wondered if alcohol should be illegal. The sober rocker made the case because he said he's never seen a drunk make a good decision.
Look
You
at
don't
Irony.
say.
Still.
The irony is so fucking thick. Like,
Being sober over 2 decades, I sometimes think how wonderful it would be if alcohol was illegal.
Yeah.
So sad, but hey, government's got to make money off taxes one way or another. Same with cigarette.
The fuck you
Okay.
mean? Dude, if alcohol and cigarettes were both banned, the oil company would still support the U.S. The
Let's see.
fuck is he talking about, dude? Drunks have never made
Let's
a
see
good
if he goes
decision
in more
their life.
detail.
Like, drunks have never made a good decision in their
scrolling
life.
through
One,
it and
I made my band that I'm in right now while I was drunk. That's a great decision.
apparently, so he's kind of stemming this outlook from what happened with Vince Neil back in 1984.
oh, that's right. He killed that dude from what was it?
Hanoi Rocks,
Oh, that's right.
the drummer. But yeah, it's like, dude, your career was formed around the fact that you guys were raging alcoholics and drug addicts and did some stupid shit on stage. If you guys
Pretty
didn't
sure
have
that
those,
whole
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, for real. I'm pretty sure that whole catchphrase started like drugs, sex, and rock and roll with them.
Well, see, you think about it. Would
around
they have
that.
gotten as famous if they didn't fucking party as hard as they did?
Probably
No.
not.
No, exactly.
That's the thing. A lot of these,
mean-
they're like, "This is bad, dude. It made you famous."
The least you could say instead of saying it needs to be illegal, be like, musicians need to start watching their alcohol consumption.
Right. Now that I can,
Like that,
Moderate yourself.
yeah.
yeah, that's something I could get behind. I took it way out of hand on Saturday, and I'm sorry for my bass player's neighbor's front yard.
Oh
Oh
shit.
Jesus.
I mean,
I
I
say
can-
anything on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, I can say it, as somebody who has probably been too drunk to play, but still played and had a great show. I think, at least from what AJ and the rest of the band at the time told me, it was a good show. But
No, dude, it was a great show. It wasn't like the show where I was dressed like a naughty nun. That, yeah, no,
That
you guys
was-
should have cut me off like 3 hours before that set.
we were all
I
having
think we
fun
played
that night.
I think we all played 4 songs, and then we were like, "Yeah, we're done."
Yeah, it got a little too much that night, but
Just sat down on my amp.
So yeah, that one in particular, that's definitely, I could see the irony there. Of, hey, alcohol should be illegal. Why? You use it to get famous.
The dude's died like 20 times. Like, I might as well make some more ruckus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should make alcohol illegal. Not let's make heroin less accessible.
So I'm gonna pick one more article for us to go over here if you guys are okay with that.
No.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Oh man, my candy bar broke.
Oh,
So this is from metalsucks.net. This is in regards to Motorhead. So apparently, ex-Motorhead drummer Mickey D says Lemmy would be going crazy over today's political correctness. So
Probably.
let's see.
I posted that one, but like thinking about it, so Lemmy didn't give a fuck either.
Yeah.
Like he didn't give two shits what you were, as long as you weren't a dickhole. He's like, do your thing.
Yeah,
So
if someone
pretty
came up to
much-
interview him, if he was still alive about like the new like PC stuff that's going around, he'd be like, "I don't give a fuck, man," and then pull up a bottle of Jack and down it.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah, right.
He kind of goes in a little depth here. He says it would be so off the scale to play a joke on someone and then take a joke from someone that is life. That's the way it should be. Today you can't say anything really before people freak out over absolutely nothing and no sense of humor at all. Said, so I'm glad Lemmy doesn't have to experience this because he would be going fucking crazy because he was a jokester. And with Motorhead, we play jokes on each other all the time and with other people. We're good sports and we could take any kind of joke back. So that's how we were. That's why a lot of craziness happened in a very funny way. But thinking about some of this shit, I go, oh my God, if we would do this now, we would be in jail. We would be off this planet. They'd put us on the moon for sure. He goes on to.
I don't know if Lenny. I don't think he would like literally freak out. I think he
No.
would just be like, "Why? What's the problem?" And then
Yeah.
drink a bottle of Jack. Just like,
Exactly.
Every action ended with that bottle. It was good.
you,
Those
I
people,
mean-
Jack almost went fucking bankrupt when he passed away.
Right.
Shit, for real, dude.
Well, it's like,
Yeah,
so,
I
like,
mean-
I've seen shit too. Like people are mad that Lemmy had a World War II collection. Like that doesn't mean he's a fucking Nazi. He's fucking collected shit from World War II.
right?
I mean, hell, there was a thing for a while.
Got super quiet.
Yeah,
How do we
happens.
segue from that?
No, I mean there was a thing for a while where people were trying to say Metallica was racist because like they for a long time they were making fun of Nazis on stage
Oh, that's right.
I mean,
and people
they-
take that out of context.
They
Dude,
started
that's
doing the
like-
thing too. James Hetfield has got that iron cross on his guitar. Like that's
Yeah.
not a symbol for that.
no, and I mean it's kind of like if they're making fun of that. I mean, if you really want to go down that rabbit hole, I mean, wasn't it I believe it was the Dead Kennedys that made the song "Nazi Punks Fuck Off." If I
Yeah.
remember right. So I mean, are you
Well,
gonna
that's
say they're
because-
racist?
Well, I mean, for a while there, like doing the whole dressing like a fucking Nazi shit in the punk scene was huge, and it was
Well,
to make
that's-
fun of the Nazis, but it was really bad because they would wear like swastika patches and
Yeah.
they would go all out on it, and it was a bit much.
Yeah.
It all
What-
got
what
it all
can-
gets out of hand if you really want to break it down. I mean, you do one wrong thing on stage or in an album or in a song, that's it. It
There's
doesn't even have
gum.
to, because it's like, there's a lot of things going on with musicians and celebrities right now of shit they did 20, 30 years ago. Now, granted that they're still doing that kind of shit to this day. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up and needs to be handled. But, if an artist, I would think, 'cause I don't even think the Dead Kennedys are still around, are they?
I think
I
so.
think they play scarcely.
But I mean, if you go back and listen to some of the material they had years ago, like Nazi Punk's Fuck Off, and I think it's Holiday in Cambodia. Have you ever sat down and
favorite
read the
song.
lyrics to that song?
No, they're fucked.
They're fucked. But they're not as common around, and not a lot of people listen to it. But I guarantee you, if a lot of people listen to that song, oh, they'd be going after them. You can't say
Man, I
that in
hope
a
to God-
song.
I hope to God Betty White tit fuck doesn't go famous.
Dude, some of that material I've heard from them is fucking mental.
Wild, isn't it?
I told you, dude. Suck
So-
my dick with your butt was like the best song on that first album, dude.
So Brandon looks a little confused here. There is a actual
No,
band.
I'm on.
if
Look
you
'em up,
look it
I
up,
promise you. You will
It's
not
called-
be disappointed.
it's called Betty White Tit Fuck. It's an actual band. It's hardcore punk, and it's good. I
Like,
don't know.
go-
There's
I'm
a
down
flood
to check them
advisory.
Doing
Huh?
shit years ago, like when Ronnie Radke threw those fucking mic stands. Like, if I'm at a metal show, I want to get fucked up. Whether it be a mic stand or someone's fist. Like,
If you,
Right.
I mean, the old saying goes, if there's not blood, is it metal?
no.
I can't. I'm not allowed to have mic stands anymore.
I wonder why.
I broke 3 of them.
I mean,
also
even Gunner. Go ahead.
Oh, I also broke a mic cable at Badass Renee's. Had to replace that too.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But jumping
It's
on the
'cause
whole. We're gonna keep.
It was
interrupting
bad
each other, aren't
timing.
we?
It was bad timing.
That
I jumped in
reminds
the
me
air,
of,
it wrapped around my foot, and I slammed down.
Oh, sh-
That reminds me of my old metal days. I used to get mad if people weren't moving around in the crowd. I think once I actually took a mic stand and threw it at people. And I think another time I broke the handle. Now, this were mic stands I paid for. Don't get me wrong. I didn't damage a venue's equipment, but I remember I have a memory of people backing up because that mic stand was coming at them. Now I'm looking at it, it's like, dude, I could have gotten a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah.
I,
All right.
I used to have been a real asshole. It was like, oh, you're not going to move around? Fuck you. A little rowdy in my 20s, I guess you could say.
But so to jump back on the whole political thing, I mean, Gunner even made
Oh,
a
boy.
point. The lyrics to the song "Skulls" by the Misfits. Now, I actually have a personal experience with that particular song. One of the first bands that I did an actual full-on show with, we did 2 covers by the Misfits, Halloween and Skulls. Now, the band I was in was a Christian-based thrash metal band.
It's such a wild.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, music is
It's
good.
not that wild, man. But if
But-
you listen to Impending Doom,
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you got a
but
point.
Right.
we
Christian
played at
deathcore.
we played at a venue called the Chaos Theater out in Sepulpa, and it's a strictly kind of almost church-based venue, right? Imagine hearing the lyrics, "I want to take the head of a little girl and put it up on my wall," inside of that venue.
dope.
Praise Jesus.
We received an email from the venue after we played that show requesting that we not return.
Ah.
So it was like, okay, I guess we're not playing there again. Or if we get the opportunity, we're going to be smart asses about it. After I had been removed from the band because I was the youngest and they wanted to play a lot of bar shows and I was only 16 at the time. After they had gotten me out of the band.
Beard, why?
Yeah, I couldn't grow a beard back then for some fucking reason.
Hey man, at least you got there. I still can't grow a beard.
But they actually went back and played. But that song in particular, if people actually sat down and listened to these lyrics, I mean, hell, One Last Caress or Last Caress, that's another one. If people actually listen to the fucking lyrics, you'd be like, that's not okay. But that's just me. Okay, before we go on any too longer of rants on that, let's go ahead and jump to our next topic here. I'm not playing it this time. Deal with it. So, our next to last topic or segment here is our tips segment where we can give music, gear, or show tips. And as usual, guys, what is the first tip?
Don't suck. That means as a musician and as a person.
As a person, you cut out there. So, Brandon,
sorry.
we're going to start with you this evening, sir. Do you have any music, gear, or show tips for our viewers at home on Twitch or on YouTube?
Yes, sweetwater.com.
Yeah.
Oh, Sweetwater's amazing.
That is a really good tip. So,
Not only for your
those,
music gear, but also the candy.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what that is, do you want to explain a little bit more there?
It is a great website where you can get music gear and just pay monthly. So it's kind of like paying off a credit card or I guess layaway is the best way to explain it. So, yeah, it's fucking heaven.
Their support team, dude, I signed up for them before, and I constantly, like every few months, I get an email from one of their team members.
Yep.
Hey, how's it going? You know, what are you doing? I'm like, I can't afford your stuff, but you know.
they stopped messaging me, and I kind of miss them.
I know, right? Like, I haven't got an email in a while, and I'm kind of worried. But
are they okay? Did I do something wrong?
Anybody got any other tips for our viewers?
It's not me, it's you. I miss Sweetwater.
For the guitarists and the stringed players out there, check your strings regularly.
No.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
They get bad more often than you think, and a lot quicker than you think. I picked up my guitar the other day, and I had rust over my fingertips.
Oof.
I'm gonna give a tip. I'm gonna give a tip to the drummers out there. Don't be afraid to buy sticks in bulk. Make sure to always have spare heads for each one of your drums. And always have a toolkit available for your snare drum because you never know when that fucking snare part is just going to drop because a bolt got loose.
Oh, God.
It's one thing I hated.
I think whenever we were in Lights Out, I think we learned that one.
Did I break that on stage? Or was it just my head?
I'm pretty sure you did.
I remember my snare had that warped.
I know you popped a head once.
Yeah, I popped a head once, and we had to borrow, I think, somebody's snare. No, it was Was it the snare?
Yeah, no, because I remember you had to swap out somebody from a band that had played before us.
Yeah. So always make sure you have spares and be quick. Get a ratchet tool. I don't even have it on my desk. I think it's in my backpack, but it's a lifesaver. Made by Evans. It's like $30. Spend it.
Evans sponsor us.
Evans sponsor. No, Sweetwater.com.
Sweetwater, we missed you. Sponsor us, please.
Please sponsor us. We're not begging or anything. Goes out and buys a Sweetwater.com t-shirt and wears it every episode.
Just need someone to talk to.
I'll change my banner.
Noam, do you have any
Just-
tips for our viewers?
It kind of stems off what AJ said. Wipe down your guitars. You got oil on these little fucking dick beaters. Wipe the oil off your guitars. Clean your guitars. There's some
Yeah,
gnarly ass fucking strings out there that
Ugh.
all you had to do is wipe it down with a rag, and they
Do
increases the
that,
longevity
or-
of your strings too.
Yeah, do that or go to like your local music store or something like that. They have
Mhm.
string cleaner and really good for that purpose, so that
Yeah.
they don't fray up your strings or anything or
Yep.
cause any more damage. I have a bottle of it still for my guitar. I just don't play that often.
I think that's what this is. Well,
And I think I could speak for myself, AJ, and Brandon on this one. Vocalists, take care of your fucking vocals. I think we've touched on that before, but seriously, avoid hot coffee before a show. That is a bad decision.
But
Hot
warm tea and
tea?
honey,
oh,
Yep. And
a
don't
good
be
little
afraid.
shot of whiskey before you go up.
Don't be afraid to try vocal sprays. I use them. They help a lot.
Yeah, I use them
Yeah,
every
it's
now and
cool.
then when I feel my voice
his
getting
vocal
rough.
spray is called Jimmy in the fucking back alley.
A fucking dirty Mike and the boys right before he goes up.
The soup kitchen.
Thanks for the fuck shack, dirty Mike and the boys.
All right, let's go ahead and move into our last segment of the
Oh
evening.
wait, one more,
What?
one more. Guitarists, bassists, check your pedals before you play. I've had the unfortunate of one of my pedals going out because I didn't check it before the show.
Ooh.
Be a cheap ass. Don't buy pedals. Use just the switch that comes with your guitar amp.
Oh my god.
Check that thing too, because it'll go out as well.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Switching.
Switch channel. Just stay on distortion the whole time.
Yeah, well, that's just because you choose to play distortion the whole time.
Well, we don't need clean guitars are for quitters.
So we're gonna go
No
over some
diversity.
cover band names. So we're gonna.
This is a little game we like to play at the very end with everybody. Could just be the hosts. We like to do it with guests because they usually come up with some fun ones. So what we're gonna do is just pick a random band. Brandon will let you pick the random band, and all four of us will try to make up either a funny or like a spin on the name, like cover band that if you heard it, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's totally a cover band of Stone Temple Pilots, or something like that.
Okay.
All right.
There's audiobooks on Spotify.
What?
Sorry, you gotta buy them. Sorry,
Sir.
Sorry, continue.
All right, Brandon, go ahead.
So do I pick a band, or how's it work again?
So
Yeah, you'll just pick like you can look through your Spotify or whatever you listen to. Like you can pick one of your favorite bands, and you just say, okay, this band, and then all try to come up with like a clever cover band name.
Oh, okay. I will go with Smashing Pumpkins.
Ooh.
Oh man, fucking reconstructing melons.
I think back to
Gallagher.
That stupid video of him on a roller coaster and just going wee. That's just the name of the band.
I think of the Simpsons skit too, where it's like, hey, he goes up to Homer. He's like, "Hi, Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins." Homer Simpson smiling politely.
Okay, so Smashing Pumpkins, hold on. Fuck. Squishing squash. I don't fucking know.
It's I don't know why that made me uncomfortable.
You got any good ones for that, Brandon?
What was it again?
Well, it's the band you picked, Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins. Okay, yeah, I lost my train of thought. smiling politely. Sexual or wait, I got a good one. Fucking strawberries.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that one.
Smashing is just because smashing is like rap slang for fucking, technically.
Fucking.
Good. Yeah.
Close enough.
One of our
That's great.
viewers said Rashy Rumpkins.
Yeah, that's AJ right now.
Yeah, that's me. It's not a cover band, it's just my ass.
Oh shit. All right. Well, we're gonna take this time now. Brandon, this is your time to plug anything you're working on, any new music, new albums. Go for it.
Okay. All right. So, hadenoughmusic.com. That's really like a one-stop shop. So it has anything you're looking for, social media, Spotify, it's all on there. But I'm on pretty much everything. Working on a project. I don't have a name for it right now, but I am starting on it. Probably by the time people see this, the show will be over. But I'm doing the second annual March Massacre, which is a 2-day event at Blackbird, which will be tomorrow on Saturday. So if anyone needs something to do this weekend, I'll be doing that. That's really about it. I'll be back at the district April 29th.
Okay.
So that'll be fun.
I thought of a good name for your little project there, and it's a tie on the fake cover band name, Smoking Blumpkins.
Smoking Blumpkins.
Anyone in the chat, just click on that link. That'll take you right to the Blackbird's website.
I'll also do this. You said that was hadenough.com?
Hadenoughmusic.com.
Music, okay. So I'll post that link in the chat there for them too, so they can see that.
Sweet.
It'll pop up on the screen for our viewers on YouTube. I'll also have that link posted in the description. That'll be going up tomorrow night. So if you're watching this on YouTube Saturday during the day, hey, Saturday night at the district. No, where did you say it was?
Blackbird.
Oh, Blackbird.
Blackbird on Pearl. So definitely check that out.
Yep.
I want to thank my co-hosts this evening, both Chris McDonald Sprite and Nomatar, and then our our guest host that has already left, SublimeVR, aka Peter Griffin. And then a huge thank you to Mr. Had Enough down there for joining us this evening. Golf clap, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it was a bit chaotic compared to. I know we did a podcast. What was it? A year or two ago, you did a podcast with us in the Outcast Gaming crew. So, a bit different, more music based this time around.
More music based, a lot more formal.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. For all of our viewers here on Twitch, thank you all so much for hanging out with us for the past almost 2 hours. Be sure to hit the follow button, and if you feel up to it, you can hit the subscribe button. And, over time, that'll help me put a little bit more money into the setup that we have here and making it a little more professional. I was a little professional.
Gross.
Fuck off. And for our viewers on YouTube,
shut the fuck up.
Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And make sure to go down.
Podcast.
Make sure to go down to the description.
Because we're also at the end of it.
And hit that link for hadenoughmusic.com. Go check out all of his music on streaming platforms and keep track of his upcoming shows. Yeah. Any last words?
It. Oh. No, man, I think we've said a lot.
All right. Noam, AJ, y'all got anything else you want to say before we end this out?
Please end it. Sweetwater, call me, please.
And one-ply toilet paper.
Thank you all so much.
Do not make alcohol illegal.
Yeah, that too.
Illegal.
Thank you all so much for hanging out with us this evening. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.